In this video, we're going to talk about what the difference is between real networking, which is what I focus on in my years building and maintaining a number of personal CRMs, including Relatable, coaching thousands of people over the past 10 years on effectively nurturing their relationships and writing a book, Successes in Your Sphere. Between that and, let's face it, sleazy networking. Now, I get this common pushback all the time when it comes to thinking about building, maintaining network. Is sleazy or salesy or feels transactional, like you're using people, and there's that icky feeling even when the word networking comes up. And this is a very common pushback, and it's something I have fought with. And listen, the word networking alone gets a bad rap. I wish we had a better name for it. I've tried relationship marketing and cultivating connections, but when most people think about building a network, networking as a term comes up. Let's actually start off with what I believe is the best definition for what I consider real networking. Building a network or networking, it's the intentional act of cultivating long-term relationships for mutual benefit. That's really what it comes down to, right? It's not trying to generate more referrals. It's not trying to generate transactions. It's not short-term. It's that putting the time and thought and intention of saying, hey, who do I want to be surrounded by for a long period of time for a variety of reasons. But in addition, it's just the people that I really like. So what is real networking? And let's face what is real networking not, aka what is sleazy networking. Real networking is generative versus transactional networking is therefore transactional. When it comes to generative, it's saying, hey, how can we be better together? What can happen over a long period of time? And how can we be of service to each other? What can come from this connection? Versus transactional, where it's I scratch your back, you scratch mine. If I send you a referral, I'm doing it because I want you to send me a referral in return. So it's not transactional. Yes, transactions may come from it. There might be times where you have an opportunity for them and they have an opportunity for you. There might be times where you have an opportunity for them and they've got nothing for you for months or years, if ever. And that's okay because you're thinking about the bigger picture, right? You're thinking about all the relationships you have. Real networking is personal. Sleazy networking is superficial. When it comes to superficial, right, you're trying to just build a relationship just enough that they will refer you business, right? That when they say, okay, if there's a loan officer, like this is a loan officer who I met with at breakfast and they handed me their business card, so sure, let me connect them, right? But when I think about real networking, it's caring about each other on a personal level in some way. Going beyond the transaction, going beyond the professional, and really saying, hey, I like this person. I want this person to succeed. I want to be of service to them. So let me care about them on a personal basis versus just looking at them as another LinkedIn connection. Real networking is focused on giving, and superficial networking is centered around taking. Now, you may be familiar with Adam Grant's give and take mindset. And yes, we want to be both, right? We don't want to be so focused on someone else that we never get anything in return, but we want to be a little bit more oriented towards saying, hey, how can I be of service, right? Even if there is some transactional opportunity, you're still coming from a point where, hey, I have services and skills I can offer this person. Yes, I would love to get paid and, make sure that I can afford a way of life. Great. That's nothing wrong with that. But you're centered around how can I be of service versus how can I take more business opportunities? Who can this person connect me with? Networking is focused on the long term. How can we be of service to each other over a long period of time? And again, maybe a opportunity to collaborate or refer each other happens, a couple weeks from now, a couple months from now, a couple years from now, and maybe it doesn't, but that's okay. I have that long-term mindset. Naval Ravikant has this amazing quote that we should be focused on playing long-term games with other long-term people. So therefore the inverse, and I find the sleazy networking kind of thing, is focused on the short term. Looking at a person, connecting with them, and only saying, hey, how can this person benefit me and my business right now? Are they looking to buy? Do they have a referral from me? And if not, then out of the way. The last comparison is the difference between authentic and performative. So when it comes to authentic relationship building, we are trying to show up as who we are and what we're good at, and also having a good idea of what we're not good at and who we're not, and then performative. And we all see this, right? We all see the people who are so egocentric, all they can do is talk about themselves and their skills and look at all these amazing things I've done. Don't you want to work with me because of all these amazing things I've done? Listen, I'm not saying to abandon the ego. The ego is a really helpful thing. But it's thinking about, well, how do I actually show up as myself? I want to make sure that people know about, my failures just as much as my successes, because we can connect about those, right? The same way that we don't want to just, cheer people on and try and seek a business opportunity just when they have a win or they have a new career or they got a new promotion. We also want to show that we're there for them through the tough times as well, that we truly want them to be successful. And listen, we all face our ups and downs, and we want to know, as Oprah says, we want people who are there with us, to ride the bus when the limo breaks down, not just ride with us in the limo. I know I'm butchering it. Sorry, Oprah. So when it comes to real networking versus sleazy networking, and what I focus on, what I hope to intone inside of you as you think about putting more time and attention in cultivating relationships, it all comes down to a simple concept: making time to keep in touch with people you like and want to work with now and in the future. If that's you, great. I have a ton of other videos and training and software to help you more effectively and authentically nurture relationships, and lots of tips and guides. If you found this valuable, awesome. Let me know in the comments. And listen, if you're someone who's just focused on the transactional side, I totally understand. I encourage you to think a little bit longer term. With that being said, have a fantastic, fantastic day.